If you're a fan of the NFL, it was a huge weekend for football, both the AFC and the NFC championship games going into overtime. But one call caused a bit of controversy, or I should say one non-call. Take a look at this. This is the Rams-Saints game, and this is not called for pass interference.
Breeze. Pass is incomplete. No flag for Tommy Lee Lewis.
The NFL has actually come out and say, yeah, I think we may have blown that call. But here's the interesting point. So many people bet on the game. One sports book based in New Jersey decided to credit all the folks that bet on the Saints. All right, let's bring in our A-plus panel to break it down. Jeanette Hoffman, Republican strategist, and Bill Caruso, Democratic strategist. Bill, I'll start with you. Okay, that's a blown call. But you take the risk, you put the bets out. I think good marketing play, because they're not actually giving the money back.
Yep.
They're crediting them to keep them in the game and bet again.
It's a brilliant move on their part. I don't see really any rational reason why they should have to go back and do this. Listen, if you're betting on sports, God bless you if you do that, but you do so at your own peril. And this is brilliant on a marketing level, on every level for them.
But is this like in the world of everybody wins and sorry? I mean, blown calls happen all the time. And why is no one giving credit to the fact that the Rams came back and tied the game to send it into overtime? I mean, shouldn't we be blaming the Saints defense?
Oh, of course. Well, listen, I give the Rams credit, and I hate the Patriots, so I will be rooting for the Rams in the Super Bowl. I just had to throw that in there, Bill.
Fair enough. Got it.
Listen, I give this book credit because they're one of the smaller books in New Jersey, but now everyone knows their name. They're giving credit.
PointsBet USA. Never heard of them until this.
Exactly. They're keeping everybody in the game by giving them a credit. Look, betting is betting on human error. Coaches make mistakes, refs make mistakes, everybody's human. So I think this is actually an interesting story.
Is this what's hurting football, though? I mean, forget the kneeling and the controversy and all the politics. You start to remove that out of it. A lot of silliness going on. Race baiting when it comes to who's performing at the Super Bowl. And now we're taking that human element out of the game. It's like either you call penalty on every single play, everything is roughing the passer, or you miss calls like this. Is this why a lot of young people are kind of saying, I've had enough of the NFL?
It's definitely gotten too complicated, and I think from the fan standpoint, there's a lot of extraneous activity going on that confuses you. But some of these things are worthwhile. I mean, they are trying to make the sport safer. That has made it more confusing, particularly for the players, on what constitutes a legal hit and not. But I think it comes from a pure place.
And in some cases, not safer. Some people rolling to avoid that tackle end up with serious season, if not career-ending injuries.
Without question.
It's nuts, but I think it's going to be an exciting Super Bowl. I think we're going to enjoy the game, and we'll look for some interesting bets to come out of the next game, I'm sure.
Thanks, guys. Got to leave it there. We did get a statement from PointsBet USA, said in part, we always have our bettors back, especially when there are bad beats. The no call during the Rams versus Saints game was an obvious example of injustice incurred by our bettors.